Hi, this is Yvonne with Central Kentucky Television, and I'm here with Monty Parman. How you doing, Monty?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, most of our viewers know Monty from his real estate show.
Yes, ma'am.
But Monty is also into insurance, for those of you who don't know that. And we're going to talk a little bit about insurance today.
Good deal.
Insurance that comes in handy during the spring weather.
It does. You know, we've been blessed this year. We really haven't had the severe weather, but in years past we've had some terrible events, whether it be hail or wind or lightning. And another thing people forget about, and a lot of people think they have coverage for, is also flooding.
But you have to buy extra flooding insurance, don't you?
The only place you can buy true flood insurance is through the National Flood Insurance Program. And the rates on that can be wild if you're actually in a flood zone. You can also buy flood insurance even if you're not in a flood zone, but most people not in a flood zone don't buy it. Most of the time, the only time a person buys flood insurance is if their lender has required them to obtain flood insurance. There is a coverage that you can attach to your homeowners, and we sell a good bit of it. It's called backing up of sewers and drains. This doesn't cover surface water coming into your basement. It doesn't cover surface water coming into your home. But if the drains to the house or the septic system or the sewer were to be backed up due to heavy rains and back up into your house, you can purchase coverage for that on your homeowner's policy.
So how would I'm just a normal homeowner. I've got homeowner's insurance, but I want to be covered for floods as well. What do I need in addition to my regular policy?
We can sell you a flood insurance policy. It's a completely separate policy from your homeowners, and the rates are based on the territory you're in as far as how the FEMA assigns your property, whether it's in a zone, B zone, or C zone, as far as the flood hazard. You know, we had a little house that we had trouble selling. It was not but about a $45,000 to $50,000 home, but the flood insurance, because it was in a true flood zone, and no lender would touch it without, no lender would touch it without the flood insurance, and it was $2,500 a year. So when you add it to the monthly payments, it threw the house out of reason for most buyers in that price range.
So that can be a problem. So it's best to check?
About anybody that sells insurance should be able to tell you, and also you can check with the county PVA office to see if your house is in a flood zone, because they do have the flood zone maps. And I would advise anyone that has a doubt, and you're going to have a good idea if you're in a flood zone. You know, if you're up on a hill like we are today, you don't need flood insurance. But if you're along a creek, a river, or in a low area, or you're in an area where water usually backs up, it would be a good idea to buy flood insurance. We write several flood insurance policies. It's not business that insurance agents go out and look for, because it's regulated by the government and they pay almost no commission. So it's just not cost effective for an agent to, and it's not that we don't sell it because of that, but if I have your package and your insurance and I have a good feeling you're in a flood zone, I'm going to recommend you take flood insurance, and I'm going to get you a price on it, and I'm going to service your flood insurance policy gladly. But that could be a reason that some people fail to obtain flood insurance, because you know, it's not something, and not every real insurance agent sells flood insurance.
And also it only matters if I have flood insurance is if I want to put in a claim, right?
Correct.
If I don't have flood insurance and it floods, then it's up to me to clean it up or whatever needs to be done.
Your homeowner's policy is not going to cover damage due to flooding from surface water. And surface water means it comes in from the surface of the water, not through underground or backing up. And once again, if you don't buy that backing up sewers and drains, it doesn't cover that either.
Now let's move on to, we also get hail in the spring.
We do, and hail's easy. I mean, if you have written a comprehensive coverage on your home, and I don't know of a policy that doesn't cover hail unless you buy some modified special policy, because the condition of your property is so poor they wouldn't offer you the hail coverage. But 99 out of 100 homeowners policies, business owners policies, farm policies are going to cover hail damage.
Okay.
And the biggest single event we have ever had as far as claims in our office, other than liability claims, I'm talking about property damage claims, was the hailstorm of 2002. Because everybody, not everybody, but it seemed like everybody, but the majority of our insureds had a claim. And the thing is, it wasn't just a claim on their house. It would be a claim on their car. It would be a claim on everything. I mean, that was truly quite an event to go through, was that hailstorm of 2002. I've been doing this for 38 years, and I've never seen anything like it before or since.
Yeah. Now, see, with that particular storm, I had a car that was pelted and totaled.
Yep.
Because of the pelting that it took.
It can total one.
Yes, indeed. Well, tell us about some other insurance needs that we might have covered.
Now, you're trying to stay with the spring-related, storm-related coverages. About everything but flood, if you buy a good comprehensive policy, it's going to be covered by the policy. Your severe wind is going to be covered. Tornado. Don't get them here, but hurricanes, we don't really get hurricanes, but occasionally we get what's called straight line wind.
Yes.
And it is very similar to a hurricane. It's a micro burst of wind that goes through, and it doesn't get a whole area. It'll go through a thin strip, but it might be a strip that's 1,000 feet wide or 500 feet wide and go for 6 miles. Because we had the last one we had, it's been several years now, but it just knocks, especially barns. Barns are the most vulnerable. It just knocks them down. It goes in them, blows the walls out, and the roof falls down on top of on the sides. You can, when you get one of these, you can tell exactly what happened to the building.
Yes.
Because it doesn't pick it up and blow it away. It just knocks it down. But that's going to be covered. Your wind, hail, lightning, fire, those are all basic coverages that are, they are the most basic of the coverages going to be covered about anything. What you've got to remember is you're going to have your deductible and a lot of policies now on roofs are starting to have depreciation after that roof hits a certain age. It used to be if your roof needed replaced, all you had to pay was your deductible and you got a brand new roof. Well, the cost of roofing, putting a roof on a house when I first went to work was, $1,500 or $2,000. Now in some houses, the roofs run $25,000 and $30,000. Wow. Well, most insureds did not, but some insureds would treat their homeowner's policy like it was a maintenance policy. They'd wait for the roof to go bad, they'd call the insurance company and say, come replace my roof. That's why the insurance companies have gone to, because a roof
has about a 25-year life, doesn't it?
The insurance companies got to where they would just replace the roof irregardless of age. Well, everybody got thinking, if the wind gets my roof, it's replaced. Now, if you have a 10-year-old roof, you're going to get paid for a new roof. No ifs, ands, or buts. But if you've got a 25-year-old roof, you're going to have some skin in the game. There's going to be some depreciation on that roof. I'm not saying all policies, but more and more and more are going to that all the time.
And so that's something to look for out there.
Yes.
When you go to get your insurance.
Look at your deductible, and remember when your roof comes off, you're going to have a deductible. You're going to have depreciation. Now, most other claims are going to be covered under a replacement cost basis. The roof is the only real big issue that really, they say, okay, the roof has this much life, it's going to become a depreciable item. Not all companies, the majority of our companies have gone to after the roof is 15 years old. That doesn't mean they won't pay anything, but it means the percentage of the replacement they pay starts to go down as the roof gets older. And it also makes a difference. Did you have a 15-year roof, a 20-year roof, a 30-year roof, or did you pay the big money and get one of the 45-year roofs? And metal roofs are depreciated differently than shingle roofs. So, it all depends on that. So it's one thing you got to keep in mind when you're covering your roof and your policy. Look at those things.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about metal roofs.
Metal roofs are great. Some people, some houses, people as far as the aesthetic look, prefer a shingle roof on their home. It has a different look than a metal roof. But a metal roof, you have less chance of wind.
Okay.
They can actually, unless it's a severe hailstorm, they usually, with the padding they put under them now, they can usually withstand the bounce of a few hailstorms. But if you get a hailstorm like we had in 2002, no roof can stand up to it. It destroys any roof that it hits. I know that 2002 storm, just at my house, it broke 12 windows out of my house. My roof was gone. I mean, it just literally tore it off. But thank goodness we don't have events like that, but once, not very often, thank goodness.
Yeah. Now with a metal roof like that, does that attract lightning?
I'm not an expert on that, but I've never heard that as an issue being raised. Okay. I've never heard that you've got any more chance with getting hit by lightning with a metal roof than a shingle roof, but it's a good question because you would think about it, you know.
Okay.
It's metal is a conductive item,
yes.
You know, so.
Yes, indeed. Well, I tell you what, if we have viewers out there who are interested in a metal roof, talk to your insurance broker.
You know, and talk to your contractor and get them to explain the difference in the lifespan of a roof. You know, they're making some attractive metal roofs now.
And also the difference in prices for getting that insurance on that roof, too. That can be a prohibitive factor as well.
Well, right now there is no difference in cost.
Okay. Wow. Very good.
You know, as far as a metal roof and a shingle roof, as far as what your insurance premiums are.
Okay. Well, listen, Monty, thank you so much for talking to us today. Like I said earlier, most of our viewers know you from selling real estate, but you sell insurance as well. And,
yes, we do.
And Monty is always available. You want to give them that telephone number and all that?
They can contact us. They can contact our team at the Sign of the Time on Main Street. And then our phone number is 270-692-2153. Or the really easiest thing to remember is you can go to our website. And of course, that's real easy. If you've listened to the radio or been on Facebook or anything, you know what it is. It's mayempowerment.com. Okay. So feel free to call us. I've got two excellent insurance personnel in the office, Pat Heiserman and Monica McCarty. They can answer all your insurance needs and have any questions. You're also more than welcome to talk to me. But just be sure when you do it to check your insurance values. One thing is do a little self-promotion now. We are an independent insurance agent, which means we don't write for one company, we write for several, to where when we quote you, we can put you with several different companies to see what coverage is best. And also, when we were talking about the depreciation on the roofs and things and required deductibles, all companies are different. So you might say, well, I don't mind paying a little more premium if I can stretch the time my roof is covered. Another person says, I just want to cut my premium. I can shorten those years. So there's a lot of options. Your deductible amount can switch up and down. So there's just a lot of ways to adjust your insurance coverage to fit your needs. Because if you're, because it is a good idea to look at your insurance, check your coverages, see if you can afford to. You know, some people want price. Other people want the value of good coverage for a good dollar. So don't always buy the lowest priced insurance, because when you have a claim, you might find out that good bargain wasn't such a good bargain when it comes time to try to get paid for your settlement.
All right. Well, thank you, Monty Parman.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. This has been Yvonne McNary for Central Kentucky Television.